Evening. Here we are. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you're all doing well. Banfield here joining you on this chilly night in New York City. Wow, it's cold. And it'll be in the 40s or 50s for the next couple weeks, so this will all just be a distant memory. I'm here tonight to talk about clothing organization. I'm not going to keep you guys very long. It is Valentine's Day, and I don't want to be intrusive on anyone's night. But real quickly, I just want to talk a little bit about, this is going to be another three-parter, and tonight I want you to think about letting go of the clothes that don't fit you. And I'm sorry, I have to back up. My name is Smith Banfield. My company is called Clear Space. I teach people how to live with less so they can have more order, beauty, efficiency, and joy in their homes. And I like to do it with a little bit of fun and non-judgment so that people can realize you didn't have to be born organized to be organized. It's learned behavior. You can do it too. I'll give you some strategies. And as I was saying, tonight, clothing organization is really something that I see as a big struggle. That's why I started with paper. Paper is, I would say, number one. Clothing is definitely, if not neck and neck, a close second. And it's really this idea that we hold on to things we think we want to wear again when we fit in that size again. And I've had many clients tell me when I question, why do you have 4 pairs of black corduroy pants? Well, those are my fat pair, those are my skinny pair, those are my going out pair. And, those of you who live around the country and have larger spaces than those of us in the city, even if you have the space for all these clothes, I want you to realize that you're really burdening yourself, because it isn't about, oh, I've got all this closet space and all this storage space, so let me have this grand closet. We all have to get up in the morning and put on clothes and go to work. And the more decisions you have to make in the morning, the harder that is. And that just starts your day off in a cyclone of, where's that thing I want to find? And you can't find it because it's buried under all of your other clothes that don't quite fit. So one of the stories I think of is a client I had who, wanted to lose 20 pounds. I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to lose 20 pounds. And I have all these great clothes I'll wear. And when we really looked at the clothes, my feeling was, when you lose those 20 pounds, you are going to be so happy to fit in new styles and put yourself into a different perspective than, oh, let me go try on these old clothes. Let me wear these old clothes that have been hanging in my closet for 20 years because I lost 20 pounds. No, you're going to go to the store and say, I want to wear the new fashion. I can fit in this gorgeous dress. And that's really what happens. And then you buy more. You're still holding on to your old skinny clothes. And it just becomes a vicious cycle. So whether you have clothes that you're holding on to because your weight fluctuates or due to weather change, which I will discuss tomorrow, I want you to just start thinking about what's in your drawers, what's in there that, or even hanging in your closet that you haven't worn in a long time. And I'm sure you've all heard about this idea of turning your hangers around so the back of them is facing you, so that when you wear something, it's flipped around. And at the end of the year, or you can even do this in 3 months, at the end of 3 months, what haven't you worn? At the end of 6 months, what haven't you worn? At the end of a year, what haven't you worn? And really look at that stuff. What is it? Why is it there? Something else I'm going to tackle on these Periscopes. Today's day 5, by the way. Is it? I had to interrupt myself to find out. Yes. Congratulations to me. 5 days Periscope. Probably around day 25 or so, I'm going to touch on value, and that comes into play with clothing as well. So stay tuned. I will get in more depth about what it really means to hold on to this stuff from an energetic standpoint, from you believing it has value standpoint, to really understanding the value was just actually having it to begin with. But the other part I find is really funny. I think this is hilarious. This is one of my own little quotes that I say to people. When you feel like you've got nothing to wear, it means it's time to do your laundry. Because what it comes down to is the 80-20 rule applies here as well as anywhere else in your life. You're only wearing 20% of the clothing you own most of the time. And that's why I think it's so interesting, which I will talk about tomorrow again, about why switching out your clothing summer, winter for seasonal makes more sense, because you actually do have more breadth of clothes. So Steph is saying she's feeling uninspired with her wardrobe. If I purge right now, I might have nothing to wear. Well, you don't want to get rid of everything. What I've done over the years is you want to inventory. This is a great thing for all of you. Steph, I'm glad you brought this up. I make my clients pull every piece of clothes out of every bit of hiding place in the house, and you got to bring it into a room or on your bed or wherever it can fit. And A, it's going to overwhelm you, and that's kind of the point. But B, you want to create stacks of clothing. You're going to find stuff you didn't know you had. You're going to see like, oh, I only have one white shirt and it's getting kind of stained. So you're going to create sort of a wish list of what to buy. And you also may become more inspired when you see what you actually own and you're like, oh, well, I have all these tops and no pants to fit with it, or vice versa. So inventory is a big, big deal. I love the idea of really doing this inventory, because then you have it in your mind when you go shopping and you see the perfect blue blazer that would complement a shirt that you would love to have a blazer for. You're going to know that's the thing to buy, rather than aimlessly shopping with, oh, I like this and I like that, and then nothing coordinates. This way you know where you're starting and you know where to go from there. I hope that answers your question, Steph. And really look at this from a place of, you're not, this goes for everything in your life. You're not just supposed to carry everything through your entire lifetime. You know, fashions change, what you like changes. There are times I love sweaters for years and years and years. I'm like, oh my God, I love this sweater. And then one season I pull it out and I'm just like, why did I like this sweater so much? It's just one day it's different. So I would challenge those of you who think, oh my God, I can't wait till I fit in this outfit. Really take a look at it. Is it really something you would wear? Is it have holes or seams that are not quite right, or maybe frayed? Because this is something one of my coaches taught me when I first started my business, and she said, you are platinum. You are selling platinum, and you need to look platinum. So this comes to, are your shoes worn? Is your bag worn? Are your clothing items looking worn? And I want you to just let go of those items and really embrace yourself as looking your best. And because when you look your best, you feel your best. And most of the items in your home and in your closets that are hiding there, you may not have seen in years and years and years. So anything that's stained, anything that needs mending, you got to let these things go, because if you haven't mended it by now, you're not going to. So, if you're going to take on that challenge, I would love to hear from some of you if you take on the challenge of doing a clothing inventory. I find it to be very satisfying, isn't the word, informational. It's completely informational, and just puts you in a position of power to be able to see, I've got this many pair of pants and this many tops, and then really have an idea of how these things are working for you. So I'm going to wrap up tonight because it's Valentine's Day and I want to be with my Valentine, as I'm sure you do too. And I will be back tomorrow talking about the summer-winter switch out. And on Tuesday, part 3 of clothing organization is going to be about shoes. I know you're going to want to hear about that. I got some strategies for that as well. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to your questions. Yeah, Steph, I want to hear about that inventory. You know I'm going to ask you about it. It'll really change your perspective on your stuff. But have a great night, and thanks so much for coming on, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.